Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
Hey guys, I am live today. I'm always live, but today I'm actually finishing my breakfast. I said I hope y'all don't mind. I'm going down to Atlanta to do 2 apostilles, and I have some tips for y'all. I treated myself to some Chick-fil-A this morning. I hope that sun is not too bright. So I said I hope y'all don't mind. We're going to have breakfast together and talk about apostilles, because I have some tips you must know. And we're letting YouTube notify everybody that I'm live. Hey, Annette. How you doing? Yeah, I'm on my way to the apostille office. I stopped and treated myself to some Chick-fil-A. And I actually got the... Hey, Crandall. Elise, how y'all doing this morning? The spicy chicken biscuit. I love that thing, but I don't get it that often. But whenever I got to go do a job, I'm kind of like, I might treat myself to something. It might be a frappe and a cheeseburger during the summer when I'm going somewhere. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Yes, I'm on my way to the apostille office, and I have some tips that I must share with you. Let me know, first of all, let me tell you who I am for those of you who may be new. I'm Kimmi, Notary Educators, trainer, owner, mentor, whatever you want to put in there. I do it all, and notary extraordinaire. So anyway, been a notary off and on forever. Started my real business 6 years ago. And I teach now all 50 states. So are you all doing apostilles? Let me know. Yes, Angel. How you doing, Angel? Yes. For each of these jobs, I made $175 per document. I'm going to show y'all in just a second. Let me eat this last piece. Maybe last 2. Hey, Aretha. Lisa, what's going on? So anyway, I didn't want to get honey all over my documents. I'm going to show y'all in just a second. But anyway, let me eat this last bite. And then we're going to get into it. Because you have to know these tips. Anytime somebody paying you $175 for one piece of paper to have it processed, you better know what you're doing. Okay? So let me see. Do I need to move? Let me see. Can I make this a little darker? Hold on. Let me see. Can I make it a little bit darker? Because the sun is so bright out here this morning. Let me see. I didn't want this company to come out and say, what you doing? That's even worse, isn't it? Hold on one second, y'all. I'll just go back to how I was. Oh, that's better. But I'm not in a real parking space. Okay, let's do that. Hopefully nobody comes. All right, let me read your comments right quick, and we're going to get into it because y'all have to know these tips. I don't even have no lipstick on. This is just your girl on her way to Atlanta. Got to get some stuff done. Got to make that money. Good morning, everybody. Melissa says good morning. Yes, I'm doing apostilles. Michael says I want to do them, but I don't know how to get my name out there like we would for loan signings. Michael, you got to advertise it. And first of all, don't advertise something you don't know how to do. If you don't know how to do apostilles, you should not be advertising nothing, okay? That's worse. I'm going to close this. Don't advertise you know how to do apostilles and you don't know how to do it. Check out my new apostille course. It's amazing. It's 60% off. Coupon code is WIN, WIN 2025. Notary Educators, LLC.com. You can get it, okay? Angel says, I'm good. How are you? Making me want to try that sandwich. Girl, yes, it's good. Hey, Lorena, it's spicy. Okay, let me show y'all. So I have 2 documents, okay? This is number 1. And I'm taking it to the apostille office this morning. That's $175 for 1 piece of paper, y'all. And this one here is a power of attorney. So it's actually 1 document, but it's 2 pieces of paper. $175, okay? And I'm going to give you my tips, and you're going to say, Kimmi, why is somebody going to pay you all that money to do 1 document? I had to write these tips down because I want to make sure I didn't forget. So anyway, the number 1 thing, and this is why you got to be a pro when it comes to apostilles. You don't have to be a notary in order to do apostilles. You do not. Let's be clear. But the reason I always recommend that you are a notary, because if you don't know how to do the notarial part, your apostille is going to be rejected. So some people say, well, I want to make $175. I'll just be a courier. I'll just be the go-between person. But if you're not a notary and you don't know the notarial part of it, 9 out of 10 times your document is going to be rejected. Now, this is how. Number 1, you have to check the notary stamp. Even though you're not a notary. So somebody gave me these documents, and I have to check and make sure that their notarization piece is correct, okay? Because that's what they're checking for the apostille. So let me show you. The notary stamped that. I need to make sure that that is stamped correctly. Sometimes notaries don't sign their name the way it is on their stamp, and it will cause a rejection. Okay, this is very important, guys, because somebody paying you almost $200 for 1 piece of paper, it better be right. Okay, ain't no room for error. All right, so that's the first thing. That's why I say you should be a great notary. Anything you do in this industry, it starts with being a great notary. There's no way around that. There's no way around that. To make the money that we talk about, you have to be a great notary. You have to know how to stamp that paper. You need to know what it looks like for that other notary to stamp that paper. People will say, well, that's not important. Focus on your marketing. Focus on this. Focus on that. Making the branding. It all has to match. I match. Right? You see my pink? That's my notary business colors. But I also, and I'm branded, but I also know how to stamp that paper. And if you don't know how, you got a problem. Okay? You heard it here first. That's why what I always say, what I teach ain't sexy. See, I ain't out there flashing, driving all the cars. That's tip number 1, okay? Make sure that the notary stamp, the person that stamped the paper, stamped it correctly. Okay? Make sure that's number 1. Number 2, make sure they signed the document correctly. So if my name is Kimberly Nunnally on my stamp and at the Secretary of State's office, and I decide I'm going to go and put Kimmi or just put a big old fancy K, Nunnally, that's going to be rejected. Okay? That's going to be rejected. Now, the next point I have here, so that's 2 gems right there. I hope you're taking notes. This is how you make $175, $200 per document with apostilles, okay? This is how. The next one is the date of the document. You have to make sure. I go over all of this in my course. Deep dive in the course, because that's why I'm giving you gems right here. But in order to process it like a pro, you ain't going to just learn everything in a 15-minute video, okay? Whatever. I'm giving you tips, though. So the next one is you got to make sure that date is correct. Don't forget, y'all, the apostille training is actually a part of the mentorship. So you can buy it individually or it's a part of mentorship. Can you believe I did that? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. The same original apostille course I wrote for sale individually is a part of the $47 per month mentorship. Did I say that? All right, y'all, let's go. So anyway, the date of the document. So you need to make sure the date of the document is acceptable according to the state that you're sending it to for apostille. For example, in Texas, the birth certificate cannot be over 5 years old. Okay? So if you got a birth certificate that's 10 years old, that's going to be rejected. I got coffee this morning too. Y'all just showed out. And the reason I'm doing this video live before I go to the Secretary of State office, because the traffic was so bad this morning. Y'all know I live in Atlanta. So I was like, I might as well do my live and then start fighting with this traffic and have my breakfast and just kind of chill out. So I'll tell y'all about my clients in a minute. So you want to make sure the date of the document corresponds with the state rule of where it's being apostilled, okay? All right. Annette says, so glad I caught the live. I want to do it. Gonna take your training. Yeah, come on through, Annette. We'll be there. Okay. So the next thing is so we talked about the date of the document. I'm gonna give you one more gem and I'm gonna tell you a couple more stories with this. The next thing is the notary stamp. Again, back to that notary stamp. So one of these jobs I did yesterday when I went to pick up the document, and that's why you have to be a good notary. When I went to pick up the document from the client, the notary, he had already had it notarized, but the notary stamp was expiring in 3 days. In 3 days. So the other notary didn't know why he needed it notarized. They didn't know why. Because I even asked him, I said, so why didn't you ask the other notary about doing the apostille? I'm just curious. Not that I didn't want the money. And then he says, well, I didn't see it on his website. So I'm dropping all kind of gems here, guys. So listen to the story. I'm going to come back to that too. You got to advertise that earlier. Somebody said earlier they wasn't getting no business. If you don't advertise it, they don't know you do it. Okay. He found me because in my business name, it says None Better Notary and Apostille Services. So that's how he called me. He needed apostille. His document is a single person affidavit. He is planning to marry somebody out the country. Okay, so that other notary stamped it. Nothing wrong with the stamp. It was stamped perfectly. But by it being 3 days, I said, well, when is the wedding? He says, I don't know. So his document, the notary part is expiring in 3 days. He's getting married 6 months from now. Is that going to work? Is it? No. So again, he already paid the other notary. So I had to redo the document, right? I had to redo it. I didn't charge him for that. So he was like, wow. Because I told him before I even went to pick up the document, send me a copy of the other person's stamp. I need to know what they did. Because if the notary didn't do it correctly, now we got a problem. So I always, especially if somebody else is doing the notarization, I always say, let me see the document first. Always. Because again, in this case, the notary stamp was expiring. So he's not sure when he's getting married. It might be 6 months. It might be 2 years. It might be 10 years from now. Well, maybe not 10. We pray he ain't waiting 10 years. But my point is that you have to know your notarial duties in order to even do apostilles perfectly. Not perfectly, but great. And they almost need to be perfect, though, again, because people paying you good money. All right. So I wanted to give you a couple more tips. Now, I want to show you this business card. This is another tip. As I'm talking, I always come up with something. So this is a business card I have, right? On the back of it, these are the notes I wrote for my YouTube. But on the back of it, this is the card here. You see this card? On the back of this card, I have no services listed. This is when I first started. I have 0 services. This is not a good business card. This is not a good business card. Okay? This right here, not good. No bueno. You need to have your services. Now, let me see if I got a newer card. Because sometimes I keep my old cards. Yeah, see, none of these have it on there. These are my old cards. And I always tell people, when you're first starting out, you may not even know what to put on your business card. We're talking about business cards now. If you have a few questions, you can feel free to drop them in there. But when you first start out, you may not offer a lot of services. You may not offer apostilles, I-9, translation services, all these different things that I offer. You may not offer them when you're first starting out, but as your business grows, your business card will evolve also. It will change. You'll end up having more services to list, and your services should be listed. Like I asked that client, I said, why didn't you ask the other notary to do your apostille? He said, well, they didn't have it on their website. And he wasn't that kind of client that talk a lot. So I guess if he didn't see it, he figured you ain't do it. So he called me because my website says apostilles. So all that being said, and we only been talking 14 minutes, y'all. I done told y'all all kind of gems. I hope y'all taking notes. And don't forget the courses on sale. I'll tell y'all about mentorship really quick before I head out. Anyway, But I'm just kind of chilling because, like I said, I got to get to the Secretary of State, and Atlanta is a little cuckoo today. Lorena says, who do you use for translations? Yeah, I've used Rush recently. Loved the experience with them. Don't work for them. That was the first time I used them. Excellent. It's supposed to come FedEx today. If you're not offering translation services, you need to be. You need to be. You don't have to speak another language. I translate documents in all languages. I don't speak all languages, but I know the process and how to get it done. There's several ways to do translation services. So check out my course. Again, it's included in mentorship, or you can buy it separately. But all of these different services is how people and how I make my money. I don't make all my money just off of loan signings. You didn't hear me mention loan signings at all this morning, right? Nope, just went plain old notary stamp. The girl making $325. Plain old notary stamp. Plain old notary stamp. So I'm actually a working notary and an educator. I don't just teach this stuff. I actually do this stuff. So, and people say, well, Kim, how can you teach people in all states? Because I know my business. It's just like a doctor. Y'all hear this every day if you watch me. A doctor know how to work on any kind of body. A body is a body. And if you know how to stamp that paper, any piece of paper. I even did a toilet paper segment here on this channel live. So, yeah. You need to add these additional services. And if you don't have to learn them all in one day. I did not. You don't have to either. But I will tell you this. Everything I'm talking about is included in the mentorship. And you want to check out the mentorship program, NotaryEducatorsLLC.com. And what's included in the mentorship right quick? Because the word mentor is overused. Mentorship for us looks like this. Mentor, thank you, Angel. You're so sweet. Angel been with us from day one. She's doing her thing too. And she even relocated her to start her business over in a new location. So Angel, once you know, you can go start the same business in any other state once you know how to get it done. And Angel's doing the thing. Mentorship looks like this. It's $47 per month. It includes 15 courses. Everything you want to learn in the notary business, general notary work, estate trust planning, ink fingerprinting, translation services, apostilles. I'm even including now, I'm working on it as we speak. When I get home, field inspection. I have a little piece of field inspection in the specialty course. There's a little piece there, but I'm actually doing a whole field inspection course, which is coming soon. It is beautiful. I'm so blessed mentally that I'm able to write these courses and present the information in a way that's understandable. And that's because I enjoy it and I love the people. See, if I didn't love you all, it would be harder for me to fake all this and try to put it together just to make money. Whatever I do, it comes from my heart. Even this free video this morning, I was like, I have got to tell y'all about this, what happened with this apostille last night. Because I roll up, he sent me the document, I'm looking at it. I said, okay, the notary did a great job. Upon further examination, that's why I look at everything twice. Everything twice. Everything twice. Here come the garbage truck. I hope I ain't in his way. Let me see. No, he probably want to know why I'm sitting here. Yeah, I see him come by. He probably like, what's she doing? I'm in an odd place in the parking lot. Anyway, yes, I get there. And well, before we actually got there, I looked at the document one more time. And I was like, this person, their notary stamp is expiring in 3 days. So I didn't call the client back because I didn't want to arouse him and get him upset, and make him nervous. When I got there, I showed it to him. I said, hey, this notary stamp is expiring in 3 days. Then, you're not able to, and I asked him, I said, when is the wedding? He said he didn't know. I said, so as you can see, this is going to create a problem for you. So anyway, so that's why it's so important. Now, back to my original point really quick, is that I want you guys to be pros. So what I teach, as I say, is not always the sexiest thing, but I'll be doggone if you ain't gonna be a great notary. If your business not gonna grow, if you put in the work, okay? If you put in the work, your business will grow. I or anybody else out there cannot go do it for you. I cannot go to your neighborhood and advertise your business for you. I cannot. Now, I can teach you how to do it because I got the bomb.com marketing course. If you didn't know, I got a full-blown marketing course now. I've always talked about marketing. I had little pieces of marketing. And I had a little snippet of marketing in the pricing course. I even got a whole course on how to price your services. If you don't know how to price your services, you don't have no business. So there's no reason. Like I said earlier, we did a video at the first of the year. 2025 excuses are done. Are done. Either you're going to do the thing or you're not. I've given you every resource that I can give you. $47 per month. If you don't come and take advantage of it, if you don't learn how to do, watch the courses and kind of self-teach, I've broken it down in a way for you to understand. And then you come to live mentorship every week. We have live mentorship. Some weeks is 5, some months is 5 times. This month, February will be a 5-time month. We're meeting 5 times next month. Okay. So and you got replays you can watch. There's no reason. We have an excellent group of notaries that are learning the business and helping each other in our private chat. Now, does mentorship look like you're going to just pick up the phone and call me? Nope. I'm very clear on that. You cannot just pick up the phone and call me. You cannot pick up the phone and call Jeffrey or Alexis, because we're actually working. I'm on my way right now to Atlanta when I finish this live. So let's see here. Tiffany says, hey, Kimmi, did Angela retire? Hey, Tiffany, Angela did not retire. She just decided to go in a different direction for 2025. So we are greatly missing her. She was our apostille person. So I knew apostilles, but not like Angela. So I've been learning them. I've like really upped my game on apostille. So enough where I got a course, and enough where my mentee did her first one in the state of California last week. So actually it was this week. My days are running together. It was all in the chat, so we all was rooting her on. And I told Jeffrey, I said, I guess my course is the bomb.com, because I'm putting nothing out in this whack. I'm not going to do that. So my apostille course is great. I was like, get it, girl. Get it. So people learn apostilles right here from my YouTube channel. I probably got about 10, 15 videos about apostilles, but it's still nothing like getting it straight in the beginning to end in the course. I mean, it's just a beautiful course. It really is. You really will know how to do apostilles. So yes, she did not retire, and that we are missing Angela, but she just decided to go in a different direction for 2025. And then she helped me yesterday with my client. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but so this is another piece of it. This is why you still want to make connections, collaborate with other notaries, because Angela's not working with Notary Educators anymore, but she still has her notary business. So I called her to meet my client up at the UPS store, because I was in Atlanta, and he actually works in Buckhead, but he was out here by my address in Snellville. I don't know why. I didn't get that far in his business. And then he wanted me to do his apostille, but I was in Atlanta, so I have to get the document physically in my hand. So I called Angela, who was close to this location. I said, hey, can you go up there and do the notarization and get the document for me? She did the notarization piece. She got the document. When I came back home last night from Atlanta, 8 o'clock, I had a long day yesterday. Very long day. When I came back from Atlanta, I went to her house and picked up the document, and now I'm on my way. So sometimes it takes a team to get one document completed. So I had to pay her for that, but I priced the job in such a way where I could still pay her for doing her piece and picking it up, notarizing it. A full notarization fee. I paid her. She didn't do it for free. I didn't ask her to do it for free. And still take it to the Secretary of State office and make my money. So, everybody got a little piece of the pie. I was going to just give it to her, honestly. But because I had a second one, I was like, well, that's stupid. And Jeffrey always said, Kim, why you be giving away the money? But it wasn't that I don't need the money, or I was just trying to give it away. For me, sometimes I got to look at the whole cost of doing business. Is it worth it for me? I'm coming back from Atlanta. It was 7 o'clock at night. By the time I got to Angela, it was almost 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then by the time I got home and finished everything, it was 9. I was exhausted. So would it be easier for me just to let her go ahead and do it? Yeah, I already paid her part of it anyway. But again, in this case, I went ahead and took it from her. I went over there and got it and did it my doggone self, because I had to go down there anyway. So that's how that came about. So yes, we still cool. Me and Angela still friends. We still talk. But again, just business wise, we're not together no more. And that's the blessing with mature people. when you realize that you need to go in a different direction for whatever reason, and you can still come out friends on the other side of it, that's maturity. Because most of the time it go bad. When it go bad, it go bad, right? So in our case, it did not go bad. Andrew's a very mature person. I'm a very mature person. And a lot of times you just need communication, you know? And again, everybody just has to do what's best for them. So, and that's not to say she won't ever come back. I even told her that. I said, hey, let me know if you want to come back on the platform and maybe teach a class here, do something there. Because I miss my friend. It was traumatic. It was. She and I haven't even had this conversation yet. So I'm going to have it with her though. But, I did tell her I missed her and stuff. I did. I'm pretty open. I'm not lack of emotion kind of person. So let's see what else we got. Angel says, yes, you can tell what you do is not led by monetary gain. Your courses along with the book are really all you need to get everything off the ground for your notary business. So happy I found you. Yes, thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. And the book Angel is referring to is Start Your Notary Business. It's not that complicated. It's one for every state. If you don't have one, check it out. It's one for Alabama, California, Arizona. Every book got their own state, beginning to end. And I'm going to do an official video, but I actually just wrote my first wedding officiant ebook. I even have a wedding officiant course that's a part of mentorship, and that's like you and I talking. I'm talking you through the business, but if you're a reader, check out the ebook. I just released it. It ain't even released officially on the channel yet, but it's on the website. It is called Start Your Wedding Officiant Business. It's not that complicated, so check that out, okay? Melissa says, I want to do field inspections, not sure about the company though. I also do fingerprints and I-9 verifications, the contractor for field print at my office. Cool. So what are you not sure about with field inspections? Chantel, where you been at? How are you? How you doing? Tiffany, I'm glad you're continuing the Apostille training. Yeah, so what happened is Angela had her Apostille course and her wedding officiant course. I'm just fully transparent. And it ain't like you ain't gonna see it somewhere anyway, so I can tell you right from the horse's mouth, ain't no issue at Notary Educators. Let me quit saying when I drink that coffee, but it's so tasty. It's so good. And if it's that good, it's probably not good for you. So Angela had an Apostille course. She had a wedding officiant course. And I recorded my own wedding officiant course and my Apostille course. And they both are amazing. I actually have an Apostille ebook. So check out the book selection over at notaryeducatorsllc.com. If you like to read, if you want it in your hand, the books are really nice. So I have a marketing book, pricing book. No, not marketing yet. Marketing is coming. I got pricing. I got a marketing course. So just play around, depending on what kind of learner you are. I got you covered from A to Z. If you want live training, if you want read it in a book, if you want it in a course, whatever you want, I got you covered. Tiffany says, good to see Jeffrey being out front. LOL, I remember we used to only hear his voice in the videos. Tiffany, he is not enjoying being out front more. To be fully transparent, Jeffrey is a behind the scenes kind of person. But I told him, I said, look, I need you out there a little bit more now, because sometimes your girl, I like to talk, but it's nice to have somebody to talk with. And then, he has a different perspective. Even though we do the business together, the way Jeffrey and I feel about the business is different, in the sense that, sometimes I might be more willy-nilly. He's more straight-laced like Angela was, when it comes to obeying the laws or whatever. Not that I don't obey the laws, but I'm kind of like, how can I make that work? So anyway, but Jeffrey, he's a little more straight-laced and stuff. So, and opposites attract, right? So yeah, that's another reason why I'm like, you gotta do this business with me. I'm more out front, because he do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I mean, like the videos, the podcasts. We even have a blog now, people. 2025, we even have a blog. So check out the blog. The email, I went in a different direction with the email. If you are not signed up for the email newsletter, so the email is not going to be a whole bunch of junk. I decided to take the emails in the in a different direction this year too. So our emails are not going to be just sell, 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 right? That's what they should consist of according to, you know, popular beliefs in the social media world and stuff. But I decided I'm going to probably be taking most of my YouTube videos, and I teach so much in there, take the script from that, and that's going to be the email newsletter. So if you miss something here, you can catch it in the newsletter. So if you're not signed up, I highly recommend it. It's not going to be, like I said, a whole lot of buy this, buy that, sell. I'm selling courses, I'm doing this. You already know what I do. You already know where it's at when you get ready to come and be a part of it. So there's no need for that. But I do want you to receive some tips and gems. So the email is going in a different direction. Again, we started a blog. 2025 is just going to be freaking amazing. There's no other way to say it. There's no other way. I'm so excited about the direction of our business. I'm so excited. My personal business. So how long I've been here? 30. I got a few more minutes because I'm trying to let this traffic die down. I'm telling you, Atlanta traffic. And I don't like to drive it. I don't drive and be live. It's not that I don't like to. I don't do that because I want to read your comments, and I'm not even going to try to act like I'm going to be on the... That's so unsafe. You ain't supposed to be on your phone. All right, let's see. So Early says, I found you last year when I was first starting my business and pretty much tried to take every one of your trainings that I could get my hand on. They were all great. Thank you. I appreciate it, Early. And check out the new ones too. I really appreciate it. Demary, hey Demary, she's in mentorship and had a little situation yesterday. I'm so sorry, girl. What happened with your signing yesterday? I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna talk about that while you're live here really quick, and we can talk about it in session tonight. We actually have live mentorship tonight. We are doing notary signing agent reviews. So I want you to bring your page. We're gonna look at it, see how we can tweak it and get more signings. Because a lot of times the pages ain't correct. If your profile is not right, you're not gonna get no jobs. That's just real talk. So we're gonna look at signing agent profiles tonight. If you don't make the live, you can always catch the replay. But that's happening tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. So you still have time to sign up for it. So in Demary's case yesterday, her client hired her to go out and do a document, and based on some of the parameters, I felt it might be one of those documents that they trying to push the client to sign, and that's kind of what happened, and the client declined to sign it. So you handled that like a pro, Demary. You was prepared, and it's not your fault. It happens. That's just the cost of doing this kind of business. Sometimes you're going to sign, sometimes you're not. Okay, and that's not your fault. Chantel says, I've been taking care of mom. She's declining. Oh, Chantel, I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, I have experienced that with my own, with the loss of my mom. So I'll be praying for you that you guys can have a measure of peace as you're going through this with your mom. Please give her a hug from us, okay? And it's just nice to see you here today. It's been a while, okay? And you take your time in your business. Your mom's health comes first. Your mental health comes first. So just take your time, okay? We're going to be here, God willing, okay? All right. Early says, next I will be getting the Apostille course as well. Yeah, girl. If you really want to do Apostilles, that's going to change your life. Do you ever know anything about being a proctor? I sure do. In that, I have a video here on the channel about being a proctor. And it's also talked about in the specialty general notary course book and the actual course. That's part of mentorship. But I'll tell you about being a proctor really quick. And again, you can do your additional research here with us or wherever you like. But being a proctor, you just go watch the client take the test or whatever they're doing, and you sit there and watch them, and you get paid for it. That's an easy job. Now sometimes you gotta sit there all day. Like I had one. Oh, he's driving so fast. I had to sit there. I think the longest I did was 3 hours. Yeah, it was 3 hours. It's all good. When you get paid just sitting there on my phone, and I had my laptop. We was at Barnes and Nobles, so it's all good. Melissa says, how do you know if the field inspection company is legit? They ask so much for your information. I just kept skeptical. LAL, I keep adding services that I offer after watching your videos. Don't be just adding services now. You don't know what you're doing, okay? Please don't just be adding services because Kimmi says she does it. You need to know what you're doing. And I got a course on everything I tell you to do. Or a video here on the channel for free. If you want to do a deep dive, you can join mentorship if you just want to learn a little bit about it. But don't be just learning a little bit about it and then faking it, okay? I don't like that. I don't, because I want you to be a pro. It ain't just because I want you to join mentorship. I just don't want you to be out here messing up people's documents, okay? I just don't. Demary, it's okay. I appreciate your help. You're welcome, honey. I felt so bad for you yesterday. I really did. And again, it's going to happen. And when you told me, and I won't share too much because what we talk about in chat and mentorship is private. But, and I may occasionally rename and change the stories a little bit so I can share here. But, if someone's offering you, like you say, $50 and then they say, well, I'll give you $150 if you go do it right now. Red flags start going off. I'm like, why they paying me so much more? What's the hurry? What's the rush? Etc., etc., right? So I advise you too, if anything just feels weird, if you get that little pit in your stomach or, something like that, make sure that you do your due diligence. Double check it. Move a little slower. Whenever something's happening, I'm trying to see what this lady's doing because she don't look like she's looking. And I just don't want her to run into me. I'm sitting on the parking lot. Remember, I moved to a bad spot because of the lighting. The sun is so bright. I guess I'm going to get ready to go because it's almost 10:30. The sun is in her eyes, too. And she just rolling and texting. She looking, I guess. But anyway, yeah, always do a double take. If they're asking you and offering you a whole lot of money to go do something, move a little slow. I'll just be like, oh, you're going to pay me $200? I'll be there. Nope. Why are you paying me $200? What is the job? Do they know I'm coming? Sometimes you got to triple ask that. Do they know I'm coming? Sometimes they'll set you up, like divorce documents and, stuff like that. They know they have the document, they need to sign it, but they will. And that client might not know you're coming. So I always ask questions. Questions equal money. You heard it here first in case somebody try to steal it. I've been saying it for years, but a little bit of that's going on. People stealing stuff. So, but what's yours is yours. I don't worry about it. I think about it, but I don't worry about it. Because people do steal other people's stuff. There's too much of that going on nowadays. But then too, is there really an original thought? No. Nothing new under the sun. It's in the Bible. Ain't nothing new. Nothing new. Just repackaged. So if somebody do kind of steal my stuff, it's okay. I've watched somebody else and stole something they did or was inspired by it. That's a nicer way to say it. I was inspired by the information that she put out. It was inspirational that I liked what she did. See the difference between she stole my stuff? So ain't nothing really that new under the sun. All right. So Chantel says, thank you. Yes, Chantel, we got you in our prayers, baby. And just take care of mom right now, okay? Melissa says, only the ones I'm comfortable with and definitely after training. Okay, Melissa. Yeah, don't be faking it till we make it. I ain't trying to hear that. Angel, you so funny. All right, y'all got anything? Any more questions? What's up? Anything else? Before I head out, I'll probably hang out maybe 5 more minutes. We got a few more people because it's almost 10:30, so the traffic should have died down, and I'm almost finished with my coffee. I will give y'all one more tip. So what I did with this client, I want to show you. For those who are watching, you won't be able to see this, of course, on the podcast. But if you're listening, but I put the client's name on my folder here, and I put the country because I have 2. This one is going to Venezuela. Okay, just FYI. So I had these little manila folders. They don't cost that much, guys. People are so cheap. They'll just hand a client a document in their bare hands. I would never do that. I keep folders in my notary bag. Okay, I keep these in my bag because I don't want to be ghetto. Okay, don't hand nobody no document in their hand. So this one is for this client. You don't know them, so I can say their name. It's Zachary there, and this one is going to Panama. Okay, Panama. So I do that so I can make sure when I get down there I'm organized. Okay, got my 2 packages, my 2 sets of documents. Yeah, because they don't like you to be unorganized. And then this is that way I don't get them mixed up too when I give them back to my clients. So that was just one more tip. Y'all know I be dropping some gems. All right, guys. Well, I am going to get out of here because I got to meet the second client. Oh, that's the last piece I'm going to tell you that I'm going to go for real. So one of these clients, he's going to come to me and pick it up. I offered to take it back to him, but he was like, I'll come to your office. He said, I'll come to your office. I said I was going to stop doing that, saying it every time I drink this coffee. Okay, that's the end of the coffee. And always keep your coffee away from your documents, okay? That's why I put everything away in case it spilled. I'm going to get ready to put my seatbelt on. So one of my clients, though, he is going to come and pick up his document from me. And then the other one is the one that lives in Buckhead, the one I had to pay Angela to help me with. He and I are going to meet somewhere. So I'm going to give him somewhere that's convenient for me. Matter of fact, when I finish with you guys, I'm going to see where can I meet him at. It's going to take me at least 40 minutes to get down there. So I'm going to see where can I meet him at, maybe in maybe an hour and a half. Because I always like to give a little leeway in there. I recommend you do the same, more gems. But I'm going to see, can we meet in about an hour and a half, and then he can get his document. And then that's it. I got one more of my translation being picked up later today, or I might have to take it to her, but that's been delivered by FedEx. So we'll do translation a whole nother day. But these tips about apostilles today were something that you guys needed to know. Okay, get these last few comments and then we are out. Annette says thank you for the gems, you're so welcome. Melissa says be safe and blessed, you are always appreciated for special gems. Oh, I appreciate it. I love you guys too. Okay, so until next time, guys, this is Notary Educators with Kimmi. Oh, I even changed the name of the YouTube channel. I think y'all know that. Maybe y'all didn't. But we had so many changes at Notary Educators, guys. All for the best. I'm making the brand more cohesive. I still had to put my name in there because I am Kimmi. And I am Notary Educators. Let's be clear. But I just like my name. Kimmi. Okay? Kimberly, Kimmi, whatever. So anyway, it's Notary Educators with Kimmi now instead of Notary Life with Kimmi. So I've seen a lot of good things with that happening too. So you got to evolve in your business. You have to change. You have to be open to change. You know, again, we've had quite a few with staffing and everything else, but you have to be able to embrace the change and move on, or you will be stuck. You will be stuck. So I'm grateful that I'm able to change. Has it always been easy to pivot? Nope. Not at all. But I'm grateful that I am that person. I don't mind trying it. And all you can do, my father used to say, nothing beats a failure but a try, or something like that. And not to have a defeatist attitude. My father was real big on you can do it. Yes, you can. So I think that's where I get that from. I'm grateful for that, you know. So that's another story, guys. I am going to head out. I'm going to say bye. I'm going to cut this live off. Until next time, Notary Educators with Kimmi. Much success to you. Bye. Got to go do these apostilles. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit notaryeducatorsllc.com.